Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is You Had Me at Hey, Chapter 14, and this one is titled Time Together. Come, you friggin' Jets eater, Bakugo snapped gruffly to the upright student. Bakugo, your language is very unsightly, the guy named Ida replied, pushing his glasses up onto his face more. Then don't look at it, Jirou deadpanned. You lost it completely, cackling like a witch while rolling on the floor. Hey, look, Kaminari said excitedly. Yin is literally doing the rolling on the floor laughing. Everyone joined in laughing, Jirou included, who was smiling proudly at how well you fit into the class. After chilling with the dancers and singers, you'd looked at the time on your phone. Oh crap, Kai, I better get going. My parents are going to flip if I'm home late. They were already a bit annoyed that I came here, you said with a grimace. I'll walk you home, she offered as she stood up. Yeah, sure thing, you said with a smile. I feel safe with you. I've seen you fight villains. You're a badass. Jirou blushed and scratched the back of her head. I only jumped in because I was pissed that he'd hurt you, she said bashfully. Kaminari let out a loud, "Aww!" and you both jumped. You had forgotten that half of the class of 1A was still present. Get a room, Kaminari jeered as he quickly grabbed Jirou to calm her down before she attacked him again. Thanks, Yin, Kaminari said gratefully when he saw you'd stopped an imminent attack. You're welcome, you replied with a smile. I charge $70 an hour as a bodyguard. I'll invoice you later, he said with a wink. Wait, what? He asked, confused and mortified that he had somehow signed up for you being his bodyguard, completely missing that you were joking. She's joking, you dummy, Jirou deadpanned. Okay. Yin and Kai out, you said quickly to the remaining group as you threw them a peace sign and pushed Jirou towards the door. Bye, the remaining classmates chorused, among other things like nice to meet you and see you again soon. Man, you have a really fun group of classmates, you commented to Jirou as you both left the dorm building and headed for the gates. Yeah, pretty chill, I guess, Jirou replied, smiling at you, her onyx eyes glinting in the now light darkness of the night. Thank you for coming today. Had a lot of fun, she said. No, thank you, he replied with a chuckle. That's the most fun I've ever had in a while. Good, Jirou said softly. You both walked in silence a little longer, and then she spoke again. You free to do some busking this weekend? She asked. I'm always free for you, babe, you said as you nudged her shoulder with yours. Jirou blushed as she let out a little giggle. Okay, it's settled then, she said with a grin. You chatted idly as you walked home, and unfortunately the walk seemed super short. Did someone move my house closer to UA? You joked. Why was that walk so short? Yeah, it totally moved, Jirou replied with her default deadpan voice. We need to walk back, and then walk back here again, just to make sure it hasn't moved, she joked dryly. You laughed as you reached for the music store door handle and put the key in the lock. Do you want to come in for a bit? You asked. I should probably get going, she said softly. Yeah, okay, no worries, you replied just as softly, looking deeply into her eyes. She stepped towards you and closed her eyes as she kissed you on the lips and then pulled back. Wait, you said sharply. That was too short, I want another one. You pouted as you reached out and wrapped her in a hug before planting your lips on hers again. In no time, things had escalated, and you were making out heavily on the music store steps, praying this moment would never end. Finally, you pulled away. I better get going before my dad comes down looking for me and finds us making out, you said with a breathless laugh. Yeah, I better get going too before my teacher, Aizawa, finds me missing and puts out a search. We have a curfew too, so I don't want to break that, Jirou replied. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, definitely, babe, you replied enthusiastically. Let's hang out after school, get a drink from that corner shop. Okay, she replied with a head nod. You reached out and pulled her into a hug. Night, Kai, you said gently with a smile. Night, she said softly as she pulled back and gave you a beautiful smile. You opened the door to the shop and walked in, making your way upstairs to let your parents know that you were home before going to your room. Maybe I should ask Kai out on a date, you thought as you flopped backwards onto the bed once you had reached your room. After busking, we could hang out and catch a movie or go shopping. I don't know, I'll ask her. You pulled your phone out and sent her a message. Hey babe, you want to go on a date with me on the weekend after our busking session? You typed. Hell yeah, she replied instantly. Sweet, you want to catch a movie or shop? You asked. Let's go shopping, I need to get some stuff, she replied. You sent her a kissy face and a thumbs up. Let me know when you're back at UA, okay? You sent again. I'm just around the corner, she replied. Okay, but that's not back at UA, you sent with a laughing, crying face. Okay, here now, she replied. Gotta check in with the teachers. Night, babe. Sleep well. Night, you sent, including 2 love hearts. You sighed happily and closed your phone as you stretched your arms up above your head. I'm so damn lucky. The next afternoon you raced home and changed quickly. Jirou was due to arrive soon, and then you would go down to the corner shop for a drink and chill. Yo, she greeted you as you came falling down the stairs. She was leaning on the music counter, twirling one of her earjacks idly as she relaxed her gaze onto you and took you in. Hey, you replied brightly as you straightened yourself and met her with a big hug. You ready to go? Mm-hmm, she hummed happily. You called out to your dad that you were leaving, and he called back to you. Don't be late home, Yin, he called. Okay, you sung as you and Jirou left the shop. Once down the road a little way, you reached for her hand nervously and held it, interlocking your fingers with hers. She giggled and leaned over to give you a kiss on the cheek. You smiled and gave her a kiss back, enjoying her warm hand in yours. As you got to the shop and opened the door, you saw Leonie on the table duty that day. She was cleaning off some dirty plates and drinks with her back to the door as you and Jirou stepped in. She turned around when she heard the doorbell chime and grinned from ear to ear when she saw you hand in hand with Jirou. Well, she said with a smirk. Fancy seeing you two here, and hand in hand, might I add? She said with a cheeky eyebrow wiggle. Yeah, Leonie, allow me to introduce you to my girlfriend, Jirou, you said excitedly, as you let go of Jirou's hand and stood back, flinging your arms out to present her like Will Smith did to his wife on the red carpet. Oh boy, that line did not age well. Chapter 15, tomorrow, I'll see you then.